It's a poem inspired by Adam, but also written to each of you, called Being Shook. When I take your hand, which I am indeed here doing, when I take it gently into mine, so that taking might even be confused with its opposite, the way caretaker and caregiver are impossibly but rightly identical. I am taking what's given and giving what's taken, my hand open the way a baby's mouth always seems to be open. The blush of my invitation drooling a trail of pheromones, their unspoken phonemes like a craft. The way a song is a boat we might christen the vessel of trust, because I believe in you, the way I believe in me, which is the way I believe in us, which is the way I believe in mulberries or moths, in the swirl of an agate or moss. This shared immensity folding into and through the immensity of us all, the way our propensity to team will always leave us squeezing the world, our own blood squeezed back in the act, in the way all song tends to juice the throat toward further singing. I am still taking your hand, each winding convolution unending in the way it remaps another, your wind filling my sails until they look nothing like fingers, our meeting of craft foreknown in the way a bird and flower have always been destined to merge, one taking what the other gives, pollen and color, an ongoing song braiding the way toward glyph and lymph and phlegm, my hand glistening with the eros of it, this shaking bed, my hand listening the way a rose keeps its ear open all summer. So the sum of these loves will always exceed the bed in which they are planted, will always fork and carry over, get carried away, these flowers that we are making of the lives we have been given to listen, unfurl in laughter and afterthought, always turning loss into blossom. I take your hand into mine like an unlikely seed, something enveloped in protection, the way a baobab is always ready for drought, ready to be digested and carried afield. My hand knows how far you've come in a craft built for voyage, clairvoyant the way a seer must always watch the air for the veer of a sudden bird, that living glyph which signals at least one proximate world moving toward us, but more likely several, since words and worlds are always gathering to sing. I am taking your hand beside mine in the chorus, clearing my throat, humming a little so I might remember the moving veer of a song I've never sung, always led by the light of suns we've never seen, the wise black seas of our pupils ebbing wherever that light waxes, waves of it filling the always unfillable lip of now, all our lives in the bulge and throb and ache of meniscus, many and any, our voices raised like hands against the always blinding light, which is there to warm our veins, to let the swarm of hemoglobin spread its red breath through the wet cavern of the body, always tuning itself for the incipient concert, turning toward each other, our hands shaking, giving and taking notes, nothing less than all the alluvial ways the folds of our holding might remind us how these hands and against ending add themselves always to the shaking of each leaf each feel, each ache, each way of always being shook. Thank you.